What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome to episode 59 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey, guys, it's Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What has been going on this week, guys?
It's been a fun week.
Yeah.
I got a lot of legends this week, actually.
I was going to say,
you are legendary.
Nate, you went on a purchasing spree.
I did. So GameStop's got this cool, 25% off sale, and I'm not sure how long it's going on for. I think maybe next Wednesday. So at the same time, there's been a lot of cool legends that have come out. So Marvel Legends Vintage Wave, which makes like these cool kind of carded Marvel Legends figures that look like some of the old Toy Biz ones, and actually some of the old 3.75 inch figures. But anyways, before I talk about them all the time, let me just show them. So I got this really cool The Vision, and he's pretty classic looking. He's pretty awesome. He's got the classic suit, the cape, the green and the yellow chrome. It comes with an Ultron head, which I think is a little random, but I think it's for another figure that came out. And then I got this really awesome Scarlet Spider. So take a look at that beauty. And
cool.
Yeah, Marvel Legends actually made a Scarlet Spider a little while ago, and it's really hard to find. So it was cool they reproduced this one. And it's kind of like a metallic red paint. It looks awesome.
Yeah, you posted that one on your Instagram earlier in the week, and I saw it, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. And I went and bought it at GameStop on Tuesday too. So
yeah, I remember I talked to you the next day. You're like, that is really cool, and then all of a sudden you had it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I snuck away and took a break and went to GameStop and came back with it.
Exactly.
What?
And then they had
you missed a secret Larry break where I went off and bought toys by myself.
We have to admit, Jeremy missed 2 secret trips to go buy things.
True, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of went on a spree.
Yeah.
We're going to do more, though, Jeremy.
Nate almost bought another set, too, when we were out on Friday.
I did. We were in another GameStop, and they had that AIM set, which is like the 2 bad guys from the AIM, which is, I don't know exactly specifically who they're from, but I know they're part of the bad guys in Marvel. Anyways, I got Black Panther 2 as well. He's like a black chrome. He looks awesome. And then last but not least, I got the Gamerverse Spider-Man from the PS4 game, and he's awesome. Really actually happy I found him.
Is that a GameStop exclusive?
Yeah, it is. So I went to GameStop just randomly on, I think it was Wednesday night, and they had just stocked him up. So I grabbed one, and unfortunately, they didn't have any more. And I've tried to find more since then, but he's kind of hard to find now.
Yeah, we went to, that was our second road trip. This one was a group one on Friday. Me, Scott, and Nate went over to 2 GameStops, and neither of them had any good legends.
No, nothing. I think the second one we went to had, a Captain America that was
on 50% off clearance, but it's kind of beat up, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah, he's actually from the old vintage wave, I think.
Yeah, he's wave 1.
Yeah, but that was this old and beat up box. Like, I would have got it, but it immediately passed it up when you look at the box. There's no value in keeping that thing.
Right. Elias Torres. Oh, I forgot to say the sale that GameStop was having. He asked me how much money. It was 25% off at GameStop. So normally their figures are $23, but I got these for like $17.50. So it was actually a really good deal. That's why I got so many, because they're all on sale.
Nate, I have to tell you, though, I'm turning laughing to myself, because for the guy who is, I'm getting out of Marvel. I'm done. I'm not going to do anything Marvel.
Captain DC over there.
It seemed that everything you got this week was pretty Marvel heavy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see too well, but I think I didn't see a single DC item.
I didn't see a Batman in that list.
Yeah, you got it, Jeremy. I told myself even a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I'm not going to get into Marvel as much. And then I saw this Mezco Iron Man, which you guys haven't seen it. I actually posted an unboxing on our channel, so go check that out, please. It's a really cool new Mezco Toys Iron Man. black and gold coloring from the Marvel Now comic. Anyways, that kind of sparked it because I was like, all right, I'm going to have this Iron Man. I got to start building out his team. And then within 1 week, I had all these legends. So I kind of went a little haywire. And I'll probably continue now on the Marvel streak because these are pretty sweet figures.
I do like how they have the like old school pack versus the like traditional Legends packaging. That makes it so much better.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes me not want to open them, even though I want to. These are the, like, you know, once I open these, it's going to damage the package. I can't display it anymore. And it's kind of like a piece of art in itself.
So not only did you buy Marvel figures, but then you're also going to be in box too. I don't know you anymore.
No,
I don't know you anymore, Nate.
I think maybe I'll keep the Scarlet Spider on card for a little while. But the Black Panther and the Vision, I think I might have to break out and team up with my Iron Man that I just got. Try to build the Avengers slowly.
So we have Nicola from chat. They need to breathe.
They do need to breathe. I'm all about opening those figures.
You usually are, yeah.
Yeah, Mezcos are a little bit easier to open. It's like I said, the only reason why I'm kind of hesitating on these Legends is because they are sealed. I mean, the bubble is like sealed into the card, so you have to break it out and tear it in order to get this thing out.
Yeah.
Just like those old school action figures that we had when we were kids.
Right.
Like
exactly.
once you open that box, like that's a G.I. Joe package. Once you open that box, everything that wasn't the figure or its accessories is gone.
That's right.
Those are pretty clean cards too. So I can see why you don't want to open them up.
Like, I don't own any Legends except for those retro vintage ones. So yeah, like that's why I got me sucked in. I think I have the regular Spider-Man, Black Widow, and Iron Man that I all got on clearance at Walmart for like $5. So I'm slowly building a collection of Legends.
Which is awesome because that last Spider-Man was the Pizza Spidey.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of the most sought after Spider-Man Legends now because I guess something about that mold's really well done.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know that. Look at that. I got rare Legends too.
Yeah, so don't open him up.
Oh.
But I wasn't the only one that got a haul this week, right, guys? Somebody else or a few of us got some things.
Yeah, so what we did the road trip for is I actually had ordered something online and it came in. So I'll show you here. Y'all know that I have jumped in on the trend of the cereals. So I ended up getting my Gollum cereal.
What? That's awesome.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah, super cool. I love I love me some Smeagol. So having the cereal is amazing. But
now, Scott, you can't show the box without the voice.
Yeah, it's my precious. Yeah, no.
Well done.
So
nice
yeah.
job.
But when we were at the GameStop, and this was the second one that Larry and I stopped with, we ended up finding something quite grand. We found the Pac-Man cereal.
That one's awesome.
So ended up picking up a second one. I love the first or the box on this one, like the logo. And this is the first one. If you notice on the back, the puzzle is different. It's finally a different maze.
That is really cool. Man, they just nail that packaging so well.
Oh,
all of those look awesome. That Gollum looks great. I can see the Golden Girls back there. You got the Funkos.
And then somewhere back there, I also have the Devil from Cuphead.
So Nicola says that rumor on the street is that all the different colors taste the same. I can confirm that rumor because I've opened 3 of them. I've opened the Freddy, I've opened Mega Man, and I've opened one of the Cupheads. And yes, they all do taste the same. And that taste is just okay.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure it is the same flavor cereal. Like they just use the same one, and they use food colors to make them the different color.
Yep.
Like I think it's all it is. It's the same product in every single box. It's just colored differently.
Now, Scott, how many boxes of cereal are you up to now?
2, 3, 4, 5. I think
at 5, I think you're now officially invested in the cereal game.
Oh no, I was all in from the moment I bought the Devil one. I think.
Well, he almost bought the Five Nights at Freddy GameStop exclusive one too, but the boxes looked like somebody dropped them on the ground and stepped on it. They were really, really bad.
Okay, so don't say it was just me, Larry. You were looking at those boxes, considering it yourself.
True. Had they both been in good shape, they only had 2. I probably would have got it. We got the only 2 Pac-Man ones that were in okay shape. I think they had 3 or 4. Same thing. They looked like somebody stepped on one of the corners. They're like, nope, pass.
Hey, Elias Torres wants us to say his name. Elias Torres.
Oh, hi, Elias Torres.
Hello, Elias Torres.
What up,
Elias Torres?
Scott, like I said, you own more boxes of cereal than I do.
Yeah, fine.
You out collected me on something finally.
Okay. First off, none of y'all touching my video game collection, but yeah, for a Funko product, I finally out collected Jeremy on something. I am tied with Larry on cereal boxes.
You are.
Which
I have 5 as well.
Yeah.
You know, Designer Con is going to be interesting when we go here in a couple weeks. Because
okay, dude, I'm going to go ape shit. Like, legit.
All the cereal. Give me all the cereal.
If I can recall something that Scott said, he said, if they have all the ones that I'm missing, I'll probably buy them all at Designer Con.
There's a reason why I'm driving, so that I have a vehicle that I can fill with cereal boxes.
Yeah.
So Nicola points out, have you guys seen the cereal retaliation that will be at DCon? It's kind of funny. We have, because Larry tagged me in the photo, us in the photo earlier this week. I think that's amazing, and I'm totally going to buy a box of that just for the fact of it's the memory of like, hey, you know what? The DCon people don't want Funko here. So their direct response was making a box of cereal. I totally want to buy that box of cereal.
Yeah,
me too.
Funny story about that, actually. I saw it come through on Designer Con's feed earlier this week, and I asked Larry, I was like, oh, is this a Funko exclusive? He's like, no, look a little closer at the box. And it's a total spoof, and they did a really good job on it. But then, like Jeremy said, he tagged us in the photo later on. And it's pretty cool that the guy is doing that, even if it is kind of a slap in the face at Funko at the same time. It's almost promoting Funko, you know?
Kind of, right?
It's kind of doing opposite of what he wants.
Because I want it too, so I'm sure we're not the only ones who are coming for Funko that are going to find our way over to that booth. As long as it's reasonably priced, one's going home with me for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to get it. As long as it's under, like, $10, right? Because I'm guessing $8 to $12 for the Funko cereals, depending on how they want to price it. So
it looks like the same size.
Yeah. So
nice.
We are stocked up with cereal box protectors.
Nice.
Elias said we said Elias wrong.
Elias.
I
don't know.
That's about supposed to say Elias wrong.
Let's just put it this way. That's about the best you're gonna get. So
clever.
Speaking about the best we're gonna get.
Yay! Transition.
So I obviously didn't buy anything this week just because I said I just got back from a vacation in Vegas. But how do I wrap up my week? Me and Larry head to the world famous Tucson Comic Con.
Yeah.
Nice road trip.
We did, right? 2 hours south of Phoenix, home of the U of A Wildcats, Tucson. Jeremy and Scott went last year. This is my first ever trip to Tucson Comic Con. We had a good time. Met up with some friends, saw some stuff. There's a few celebrities. It was pretty cool.
Larry, you were specifically headed out to see one specific celebrity while we were there.
I don't think you cared about anybody else but this one, to be honest.
I only cared about Jake the Snake Roberts, WWE Hall of Famer, Jake the Snake. He was in attendance.
Larry, turn around and grab the pop.
You showed a random action figure of Jake the Snake, but not the pop.
Thank you, Nate.
It was Alita.
This is not a random action figure. It's a Funko Mystery Mini, Target exclusive. But yeah, so Jake the Snake was there. I'm slowly building a collection of signed WWE pops, mostly thanks to That Wrestling Club. So when Tucson announced that, hey, Jake the Snake, legend from the 80s and early 90s was going to be there, I had to get my Jake the Snake Roberts pop signed. And it's pretty sweet in that green paint pen. it's a little hard to see with the glare, but yeah, he was awesome. Signed my pop. Talked for a couple minutes to us. He was a good guy. Not weird at all.
Larry, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not being weird at all. So
yeah, I want to hear this story now.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Now that Larry's
I'm
like,
intrigued.
Weird happened, and once Jeremy starts laughing when Larry says nothing weird happened, there's a story there that needs to be told.
Something weird went down.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it was. We purposely didn't tell you about this specific event because we wanted basically genuine reaction on the podcast. So you know what? You're hearing it here first. So Jake the Snake was talking about his T-shirts, and so he had all these T-shirts and stuff. And he had them all up. He's like, "Hey, you know what? You want to buy one of these T-shirts? You know, this, that, and the other. You know, it's gonna save you. It's gonna save you." And then I'll save you from what? It's gonna save you from getting fucked in the ass.
What? Whoa.
Well, he's like, he guaranteed that it would get you laid if you bought it. And if it didn't, you could come back tomorrow and he'd give you that special backdoor surprise.
So either way, it's going to happen. It's just whether or not he's doing it.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Basically, if you can't get women, Jake the Snake's got you covered.
Yeah.
He's going to give you his snake.
Oh, boy.
So that wasn't our only interaction with Jake the Snake.
He basically made an anal rape joke in the only interaction that you have.
Yeah, right. I paid my $40 to get his autograph. He's trying to push the T-shirt on me. I'm like, cool. I don't really want a T-shirt. Okay. And yeah, I kind of got propositioned by a very large WWE Hall of Famer. Great mustache too, man.
That mustache is on point. And yeah, it's great. But the second of all, you have me. The question is, what did the T-shirt look like? Like, I'm actually curious as to what the
it was black.
If you could make these claims.
It was black, right? It was nice. It just was black with the Jake the Snake logo on it. It was a nice shirt. But again, thanks to that wrestling club, I have enough wrestling shirts.
I was gonna say, Larry, looking at the shirt, would it have gotten you laid?
Maybe.
Maybe we should ask him that at another time.
Without the second half of the proposition.
Yeah, we'll never know because I didn't buy it, so I might be sleeping alone tonight.
But you would think that was, that's enough. You know what? Larry had his interaction with Jake the Snake. But no, that wasn't the only interaction with Jake the Snake that we had.
A 2-for-1? You got a 2-for-1 at Tucson?
You got a 2-for-1. So we are sitting talking with fellow podcast Tomorrow Comes Movies, right by where, like I said, the guest area was. And so Jake the Snake goes out because he wants to go smoke, and then he's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna protect you from a snake. And then he's like, this snake, and starts pointing at his crotch.
Oh, no.
Yeah, as if you didn't know what he was talking about in the first place. He had to explicitly be like, this snake.
Like, protect you from a snake. Like, well, I see you don't have the boa, so I can assume.
I think Damien's long dead, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming he probably has, like, what, Damien 3 at this point? Like,
maybe. Or do you think he's just like tired of snakes and he doesn't want anything to do with them anymore?
That's the other question. Was that ever his snake, or did
question.
Did somebody just bring one to him?
Or is he even allowed to have snakes anymore?
Ooh, probably.
What if he's secretly really afraid of snakes? Yeah. And then somebody just named him that and it stuck, and he's like, man, I'm never able to change this now.
Maybe he had to use that for WWE because he couldn't be Jake the Penis Roberts. So he's like, all right, give me a snake. We're gonna call it a snake. Like
maybe he made one too many butt jokes.
Yeah,
maybe
told too many people that he would finish the job.
I'm actually intrigued to know more about this story. How he actually got the name Jake the Snake.
I think it's because Jake rhymes with snake.
Yeah,
that's about it, right?
Don't be so logical, Larry.
Andy's smithing. Like the WWF bought him a snake, and he had to travel with it, and he said he did not like it in the beginning. So, like I said, thank you, Andy, for Nerdsmithing. If you haven't checked out Nerdsmithing channels, go check his channel out. It's amazing. But thank you for that tidbit of information.
The more you know.
Da da da
So were you at least happy that you met him, even though he was a little weird?
No, even with the weird dude, like, I think he's just weird for the sake of giving you that memorable experience, right? Yeah. Like, if you just don't say anything and sign the autograph and move on, that's no fun. Yeah. So he was just being a good guy. He was really nice, though. Like you said, he talked to us for a couple minutes. And then, yeah, he even interacted with us after we gave him some money. So it was awesome. I'm glad I did it. Glad to have another WWE sign pop.
I do have to say, though, it is kind of cool that you have a very memorable story that you will never forget to get that pop sign.
Yeah, if anybody ever asks you about that pop, you have a whole story to go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, let me tell you about that pop.
Yeah.
It's like, this pop almost cost me to get poked in the butt.
Yeah.
Price you pay for those autographs.
This snake right here.
This snake.
So how many total signed pops is that now, Larry?
I only have 3 WWE signed pops. It's a mini collection, but it's growing.
At least there's a theme.
Yeah, so I have those 3. I have the 4 comic book men, so that's 7. And then I have the legend, Corey Feldman. So I have 8 signed pops without really trying.
All right, cool. Elias, how many Funko Pops do you have?
You pronounced it wrong.
Why is Elias? I don't know. Mr. Torres or Mrs. Torres.
There you go. That's better.
From now on, we're just going to call you Dave.
Steve.
How about Steve?
Yeah.
Steve wants to know how many pops do we have. I have like 460-ish.
I have like 461-ish.
So are you guys going to start including your cereals and your Pezzas into that count now? Or is it just pops?
It's tricky, man. So there's like 2 main ways that I track my collection. One is Stashpedia. It's an app. That one doesn't have the Pez, doesn't have a lot of the other stuff, doesn't have the cereal. There's another way. Pop Price Guide does have the Pez, does have the cereal. So like depending on how I'm looking at my collection, like overall, all Funko items, I think I'm on the wrong side of 500.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys are showing that Funko love, and you have infected all of us with it now.
Yeah, you really have.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Just wait till Decon, baby, and you meet up with the Funko fam. Like you make some friends. Nicola's gonna be there. Husband Scott, Hugh Snack Daddy's gonna be there. You guys go if you guys go to the Funko Fiends meetup with me. Like there'll be other people, other Hall of Famers. You'll officially get the Funko bug, no doubt. It's gonna happen.
Well, plus you have all that cereal. Like plus, I think once you take your picture inside the cereal bowl, I think that's going to seal it right there.
Well, yeah. And speaking of cereal, they revealed a special cereal, at least one that will be there, and that's that Chevy Metal Funko cereal.
Yeah, so Chevy Metal, if you're not familiar with them, it is like a high class cover band with some of the guys from the Foo Fighters in it, and they're playing the VIP party at Designer Con that Saturday night, and somehow, some way, there's going to be an exclusive Funko cereal available.
Exclusive box of cereal. All right, so Tucson Comic Con.
Yeah, to get back on track.
Oh yeah. Well, so as you were saying, while we were talking, or while Jake the Snake was talking to us about his snake, this snake, we were talking to the Patrick and
Carissa
from Tomorrow Comes Movies. Another local podcast, very similar to the STS Guys, right? They talk about everything nerdy. They talk movies. They talk Star Wars, not music. Funko Pops. You name it, they probably talk about it. We became online friends almost a year ago, and we had just never met up with them. So we made it a point. We're like, hey, guys, we totally got to meet up this time for reals. And Jeremy saw him walking by. He stalked him down. Slid up on him. We're like, hey guys, what's going on? And we stood around and talked to those 2 for probably like an hour. I had a really good conversation, talking podcasting, talking Kevin Smith, talking Pops, talking everything. So really good guys. If you guys haven't checked out Tomorrow Comes Movies, they're on YouTube. They're on all the audio formats. They're on Instagram at TOC Movies. Definitely give them a follow and check them out.
like I said, it was really cool running over them. Like I said, I love running into people like I said, that we've kind of made friends with. Like I said, over the YouTube of careers that we've had. Like I said, it's kind of interesting. It's one of those things where, like I said, it's always fun to kind of interact with different people and kind of get their and actually meet them in real life rather than hey, you want to have a stream that they're on. It's just because, like I said, some people like I said are just a tad different in real life than they are on their stream. So it was really cool to interact with them. Like I said, both really really friendly people. Like I said, it was great to meet them.
Yeah, it was really cool. So we talked about doing some type of collab sometime. So maybe, just maybe, they'll be on an STS Guys episode coming up really soon.
What? You heard it here first.
Yeah. Speaking of guests on podcasts, did you know that last week we didn't do our own podcast, but we were on an episode of the Couch Crunchers.
So that was really fun.
Yeah,
it was a
really
good time.
Fun. They record their stuff live on YouTube too. So if you search STS Guys Couch Crunchers, it will come up. We also drop kind of a preview video on our channel that has the link in there. So you can find us, all four of us, right? Larry, Jeremy, Scott, and Nate, live on the Couch Crunchers with Lance and Jay. It was a really good time. They were down in Tucson. They were actually doing a couple panels, but unfortunately they had some car trouble and didn't get there till after we left. So we didn't get a chance to meet up with them. So hopefully we can meet up in person sometime really soon. But yeah, guys, check out the Couch Crunchers. They're awesome. You definitely want to listen to that STS Guys episode. I think a lot of you already have, which we totally appreciate.
Yeah, I think a good chunk of the STS Guys audience has said, especially our audio listeners that are out on the iTunes and SoundCloud and Google Play land. Like I said, you guys have definitely showed the support there on that sub episode that we've had. With the Couch Crunchers, so thank you for doing that. Like I said, I think we have about 400 of you that have listened to that episode so far. So thanks for showing the Couch Crunchers some love.
Yeah,
definitely.
It surprised me to see all of our audience come out and jump on to that one. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that chat was active. It was fun. It was a good time.
It was pretty rad. So like I feel like the best part of Tucson Comic Con was hanging out with people. Right, we hung out to Markham's movies. I ran into my making fun buddy Charles, aka Angry Koala Gear, on Instagram. He sat next to me at the Making Fun premiere back in January. It's like I know I told the story on that episode of the podcast, but that was like 30 something episodes ago. So I was sitting next to this guy getting ready to watch a movie, and I'm scrolling through my Instagram, and I saw a picture of a selfie of him, and I'm like, dude, I follow you on Instagram. And then we became instant best friends. We talked pops, we talked designer toys, and we talked about how we both lived in Arizona. So he's from Tucson. We saw each other like, hey, and we stood around and talked for like a good 20, 30 minutes. He will be down in Anaheim for Designer Con too. His brother makes and sells some designer toys, so I'm looking forward to meeting up with him and maybe his brother too. That would be awesome.
That's really cool.
Making some new friends.
Yeah, it's the STS Guys way.
The STS Guys way, either making friends or pissing people off royally. Hooray!
Yay!
Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way because that's what we do.
I don't think we piss anybody off. We're pretty nice guys when it comes down to it.
You are. Jeremy and I are not. Jeremy's laughing.
Because we're kind of the assholes of the group.
It happens
just naturally, but you know what? It's a good balance. So we have the two angels in Larry and Nate over on one shoulder, and then we have the two devils, Scott and Jeremy on the other shoulder. I said it's a good balance. It's a yin and yang. I said it's very zen-like. I said you can't have good without evil. Like I said, I think that's what makes us a great podcast.
For sure. You know what else is great? All the great vendors at Tucson Comic Con.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, was there you talked about the kind of meeting some of the celebrity people. Were there any like comic creators or anything that you guys got a chance to like interact with?
Like I said, we had Brian Pulido from Coffin Comics, aka the creator of Lady Death. So that was probably the coolest interaction that we had. But like I said, kind of like what Larry was saying, some of the vendors, like I said, you were actually kind of surprised at kind of what they brought out. They brought out the big guns.
don't laugh.
Jeremy's laughing, so that means there's something weird going on here.
Guns. They had the Goodwill booth.
Yeah. They're like legit. There's a Goodwill booth, like Goodwill.
Were they selling like donated comics? Like what did the Goodwill booth have?
Yes.
I think okay. First off, I have more questions about the Goodwill booth than I probably do about Tucson Comic Con. So let's.
So this tells me a lot because I remember looking at the list of vendors last year, and I know Goodwill was on that list. So I'm disappointed you guys didn't go to the Goodwill booth last year. But anyway,
we didn't see it last year. To be honest,
yeah.
He was probably so packed with people you just missed it. No, it like legit was one of the busiest booths. Yes, they have comics. They had a surprising amount of Funko Pops. They had other random nerd stuff. They had like a Star Trek mug. They had Loki cologne that apparently somebody had donated. I feel like they take all of the nerdy kind of stuff that they get throughout the year and they save it for Tucson Comic Con.
So Larry, they had Loki cologne at Goodwill prices.
13 $13. 13
Still, you did not buy it? I am
13.
disappointed in you, sir.
I'm just interested to see what that smells like.
Larry actually naturally smells like Tom Hiddleston. He doesn't need the cologne.
It's true.
I'm not saying he needs the cologne, but it's fucking Loki cologne for $13. You need to at least buy it to say I bought Loki cologne from the Goodwill booth at Tucson Comic Con.
So what you're saying is he should have bought it to have it signed at Comic Con in January.
Yes.
Nice.
I was thinking if you like, it would be fun to get it and spray it and do that photo op, man. And then Tom Hiddleston's like, "What's that smell?" I'm like, "My Loki cologne, buddy."
What's that smell? You motherfucker!
Holy shit! We should have bought it.
Why? No. Is it worth something? Are you on eBay right now?
$90 on eBay.
How much?
90.
No, sold or offered.
There's only 2 of them on there.
Wait, was it still in box or was it in?
Yes, it was in box.
Oh man,
I told you, you find those random things
at the
Goodwill booth. You buy them.
So you know what we should do, like a test sometime. Since Jeremy's got all the really cool comic stuff, maybe he does like a donation of something to Goodwill and see if it ends up in Tucson. Like, hey, that's mine. I gave it to you earlier this year.
So,
right.
I have donated a ton of stuff to the Goodwill by me, and once have had to go into it to get like the receipt and everything. Like the Goodwill near my house actually has a surprisingly big like section of like collectibles and comics and stuff like that people donate all the time. Like when I went in there the last time, they had 3 like relatively good condition SNESs. So
seriously, how much?
Yeah, like they're only like $10 or $15,
and you
like,
didn't buy them.
I already have one. I don't need more.
Yeah, I know. So there was a time when I was hitting up the Goodwills fairly regularly, and I ended up with like 3 GameCubes. I don't need 3 GameCubes, but I have 3 GameCubes.
Do they all work?
You don't? Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you don't say no to a cheap Nintendo system.
It's $10.
You
know,
don't,
like
or Larry doesn't.
Yeah, Larry doesn't.
Larry doesn't say no to a cheap Nintendo system.
Like,
so what Larry's trying to say,
on.
if you're trying to offload your old Nintendo system, hit Larry up.
Yeah, I've got PayPal.
PayPal ready, Larry.
There's a good chance he might take it off your hands.
Right, $1,000 PayPal. Show me what you got.
And depending on what games you have, hit me up, because if I don't have them, I will probably pick them off of you.
I actually don't have a Super Nintendo. I would probably take one if I saw one at a good price, like $10, $15.
I hope everybody heard that.
Yeah.
You have one.
Who's got a Super Nintendo? Pug?
Mr. Torres has a Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
What kind of Game Boy, Mr. Torres?
I sold my. I paused because I thought he was going to audibly answer.
Yeah,
I did. I stopped because I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Torres, please answer."
Mr. Torres, please. Yes.
Steve, come on, let us know.
I had a pretty nice Game Boy Color that I sold a few years back.
Surprisingly, I still have one of the OG
gray ones,
Game Boys.
Nice.
The one that you could put the printer on that would do like the weird like
sticker.
It was like that weird sticker, but it like it was like this, almost like a sketch drawing that it spit out. Like, oh yeah, no, that old school Game Boy.
That's awesome. I used to have the little magnifier thing that you'd put over it.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
With the light.
Yeah, with the light.
I want a Virtual Boy.
All I have to say is, kids these days don't know the pain of having a Game Boy and driving around at night and only being able to play when your parents drove under the street light.
Yeah.
So you'd have to play for a couple seconds and hit pause. And play for a couple seconds and pause.
Yeah. Or hope you get stuck at a red light that has a good street light next to it.
So you could play that thing.
Yep.
Wait, so Jeremy said the Virtual Boy, and that brings back some memories. I remember playing Virtual Boy, Mario Tennis. All the characters were in red, but they were different depths. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Scott, do you have a Virtual Boy?
I do not.
Virtual Boy was actually pretty crazy. I remember when I opened that up and I was like, whoa, this thing is like it's like a pair of goggles that you stare into and you're, playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little rich for my blood when it was first out. And I have not found one anywhere.
Holy crap.
To be able to pick one up.
$180, the cheapest one.
Yeah, like they're not something you're gonna find inexpensively. They're still a pretty like sought after item.
Yeah, but I think Scott's right. I think it was a high price point at the time, so they probably didn't sell a lot. Then of course some didn't make it, so probably to find a good working one. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So I guess you're not getting one, Jeremy. Or are you?
Never say never.
Yeah.
Don't challenge me. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Jeremy's the one that when we mentioned 30-year-old Batman cereal, he had it at his door like the next week.
True.
And then Scott ate it.
Yeah, we all ate that.
We'll all pick one for the team.
But I was the guinea pig.
Yeah, you didn't die, so then I was in.
Yeah. I didn't throw up immediately, so
So
Scott's still standing.
So Batman cereal, was just one example of, one of the many things they had to offer at Tucson Comic Con.
See what you did there. Bringing it back.
Yeah,
it was cool. There were a lot of different vendors, like Peter Piper Pizza. Tucson Comic Con had their own booth selling some shirts and some pins. Zia Records was there. Jeremy almost bought some awesome vinyl. Like AFI. I almost bought the James Bond soundtrack.
Wait, which James Bond?
It was actually 10 of the James Bond theme songs.
Oh,
so I don't know. I guess it was just the intro songs,
like a compilation of all the best intros.
Those are
$3.
So epic too.
$3. I almost got it. Maybe I should have. The local video game store that's here, I can't think of their name. They were there. The guys who are always at Game On Expo. There's some comic vendors. We saw some good older stuff, right? We saw first appearance of Hulk. We saw the first Avengers. Like there's some high end books there too.
Yeah, I do have to give Tucson a little bit of credit when it came to that. They had a good number of shops that showed up with comics. Like that was my one complaint about Phoenix last year, was it didn't really have enough comic book vendors that were there. And Tucson being a much smaller con surprises me with the number of vendors that they have.
Yeah. So Jeremy, you've been there both years. What would you say? Better year, or give us your thoughts.
I was definitely a fan of. Well, it's kind of hard to say, just because the first year was kind of like our first official coverage con from, like I said, doing from the official podcast aspect. So like I said, that one I think will always, like I said, be near and dear to my heart, just because. So we had some awesome experiences. So me and Scott went down there. So we get to talk with Ming from Comic Book Man. Like, so there was some awesome interactions that we had while we were there. So I think that one will always probably be my favorite. But I think I'm just kind of biased because of that, just because of the of what that means specifically for our podcast.
No, that was a really cool trip. I remember, I forgot that Ming was there, but I know that was really cool to meet him. And he had remembered that you guys had talked earlier, right? He was like, oh yeah, STS Guys.
Yeah. So that was also the first time I got yelled at a convention because I was apparently filming where I was not supposed to film.
Bad boy. You're the bad boy of the STS.
But it was great because Ming was like, "No, he's okay. Come here." Like, it was nice of Ming to let us go and then film him after I just got yelled at.
Way to go, Scott. The bad boy.
Yep.
Well, I walked by and took some video, and the lady's like, "You need to pay for that," and I was like, "No, I don't. I'm not in any line."
That was just a weird interaction. That was a weird interaction with like I said, the staff, but like I said, Ming was was completely on board with like having us talk to him.
Yeah. Our first celebrity interview.
Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, that one was special. This one is fun. Like I'd go again next year. I think the guest list was a little bit smaller this year than last year, but that happens. Like sometimes you can't, right? Depending on what weekend it is and stuff, like you can't always get people to come down. So, but they did good. They put on a good show. I had a good time. That's right. What else was I going to do on a Saturday? So
yeah, that's what counts. Yeah, well, if you're having a good time.
Yeah, hung out with Jeremy from the STS Guys.
Well, like I know. It's me. It's like it's okay. So just kind of looking through the chat right here. So Matthew's Nerdy Nation got the Hulk cologne. What?
Nice. There's a Hulk cologne too? What? We got Loki and Hulk. You can sell like either one
at the Dollar Tree.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump on here and say I'm kind of like Loki cologne. I understand, but Hulk cologne just I would feel smells like sweat and anger. Like I don't know how much I would like. What else can you put on that?
So what you're saying is it smells like musk.
Yeah, musk, and maybe just a hint of pee.
So hint of pee. Torres has Walkman. Matthew's Nerdy Nation, send me a GameCube. Larry, I think Matthew's Nerdy Nation wants to send him a GameCube. I think you need to send it to me instead.
What? You don't have a GameCube?
I don't have a GameCube.
No, you probably need a GameCube. What color do you want? I've got black, I've got purple, and I've got silver.
Ooh. Right. You're getting a variety.
That's why I had to buy all three. They were different colors. Yeah. And don't get me started on how many GameCube controllers I bought too, because I've got a stash of those.
I will take whatever one you don't want.
So hey, Larry, you said you had three.
I'm
always in the market for extras of those. If whatever one Jeremy doesn't take, I want dibs on the other.
Yeah, and if you don't want to keep one for yourself, I'll take the third. Smash is coming out soon, so
need to practice with Brawl, which was the best Smash.
Yeah, critically acclaimed.
Well,
you're so generous. He's like, wait, man. Hold on a second. I wanted to keep one.
I need at least one. Actually, I don't.
I'm sure we could go to another Goodwill.
Yeah. We could, yeah.
Oh, road trip. Those older systems are at Goodwills all the time. It's just whether or not it works is the question.
Yeah.
But it'll never feel the same as Larry giving it to me.
True.
So, talking about other video games, like I said, it's also been a big week for video games for the STS guys.
Yes, it has.
I worked out really good with the transition.
Yeah, that was solid, man. That was solid.
Yeah, I know myself. I have basically neglected most of the adult responsibilities I have in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott's probably had the most time with. We're talking Red Dead Redemption 2, guys.
Yeah.
What?
So I did a live stream earlier, but Scott, you've had the most time. Clearly, I've talked to you a lot about it. Between me playing,
I'm at I think about 15 to 20 hours into the game right now. I haven't checked like the official like play stats, but I would put myself somewhere in there at the least. And I have to say, I am loving the game. I don't know about anybody else. I know Larry didn't get it. I know Jeremy. I don't know how much time you've been able to put into it.
I literally just got to the point to where you're not on that forced tutorial story mode.
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm now to the town of Valentine where I can actually do what I want now.
Yeah, no, see, that's the thing. They hide all the tutorials. The whole first chapter is still a tutorial, but you just don't know it. Like it's amazing.
Yeah,
sneaky.
It doesn't really change up until you get to chapter 2, and then the whole world kind of opens up. And I agree with Scott. I haven't played it quite as much as he has, but from what I have played, it's incredible game. The amount of stuff that they're able to pack into it. And you knew you were getting a lot when you had that 100 gig download, but it is so worth it. The game is, for one, incredibly beautiful. The graphics are really, really well done. And it feels like a living, breathing world. I've talked to Scott about this a couple times, but you'll just be doing your own thing, and all of a sudden you see something out of the corner of your eye. You're like, what is that over there? So you go up and you find some random encounter, and Scott's had some really choice ones, probably more than me.
Yeah.
But
I actually got the you make you squeal like a pig, boy. Went into a house and the dude hit me with a chair, and then I'm fairly certain ended up raping. I think my character got raped. So,
but stuff that it's not a story mission. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bad Jake the Snake. Bad.
Jake's been in the world.
Someone else showed me their snake. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like Scott was saying, sometimes it's not even like a side mission. It's not even a story mission. It's just something that's happening and you're a part of it. And then you may get something from it. You may not. And then you kind of go about your way. There's just stuff like that happens all the time.
Yeah. So here's a good thing. Just earlier today, was just riding along, heard a guy yelling off kind of the trail. So I rode over there. Dude was getting like attacked by a wolf. So I had to like shoot the wolf off of him. And then he was asking for help. So I gave him some whiskey because that was the only thing I had on me that I could give him. He took his swig and he's like, I don't feel good. And then just died.
Oh, no.
So I was like, oh, I just wasted like one of my like health items for this guy. So yeah, like just there's these little tiny stories that make it up. And I'll say I do have a couple of things that I don't like about the game. There's a few things that there's the little side missions that are great, but there's a couple of other not story missions, but that are supposed to be random encounters, but they feel really, really scripted. There's sometimes when you do like a bar fight, you know, like, oh, no matter what I do in this, you know the outcome of it. But other than that, like the stories that they tell are absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. It makes you feel like you're in a Western.
Yeah,
that's. I think my appreciation of the game, like I said, I'm glad that the game wasn't in Spanish because I did order the Spanish language copy of it off that deal on Facebook. So the package is completely in Spanish. The discs are in Spanish, but the game itself is in English. So
right.
I was willing to take the gamble. Trying to get the game for $35, and it did pay off.
That's a smoking deal.
But like I said, it's just the story. I think it's the background music too that just kind of ties to it. That and then honestly, it's just I can't wait for you guys to upgrade your TVs. It like with HDR enabled and like I said on a 4K, it's a gorgeous game. It is an absolutely gorgeous game.
Right. Yeah, I have a Pro, and I don't have a 4K. I do have a 1080p, so I can see what you're talking about. I can imagine it's probably even more insane on a 4K, even though I'm blown away at 1080p. I really want to see it in 4K because the game was, kind of, I think, meant to be played in 4K. There's just so much detail there. Every little blade of grass, the snow, the weather, your horse, when it gets dirty, you can see like dirt on the horse, even your clothes. If you fall off your horse, you might have dirt on the side of your face. If you get in a fight, your eye turns black. Yeah. If you get in a gunfight, you've got holes in your clothes. I mean, it's just everywhere.
Or the thing that catches me is when you go hunting, and if you skin an animal, then if you then pick up its carcass to like bring back for food, the shoulder that you use actually has the blood stain on it from where you carried the animal on your shoulder.
Yeah, I put it.
You have sweat. Like I said, you have sweat in the game. I mean, that's like the weirdest like detail, but it makes it like interesting. Because I remember literally the very first thing I did once I got into the town of Valentine, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the bathhouse. I'm gonna get that special bath.
The special bath where the lady comes and washes you, and I was like, all right, where's this going? And then she just leaves.
Yeah.
I was like, is that what happened in the Wild West? The lady came in and rubbed your arm for a second, and then was like, all right, I'm good.
All right, I'm done. Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an old reference here, but there has to be like a hot coffee type moment in the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
not so far. So I've stopped. I'm
San Andreas references.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
the famous hot coffee scene. It was one of the most explicit parts of the game because you're, basically having your way with a prostitute.
Only on PC though.
It's true.
You had to unlock it via console commands. But so far, I actually stopped. I'm around mid chapter 3 of the game, and I just kind of stopped so I could start just exploring and doing like side quests. And right now I'm trying to do challenges and hunting. So cool. Getting skins and things so I can build, upgrades and that sort of thing. So this is a game that you could probably barrel through in 30 to 40 hours, I think, if you just did the story missions and locked into it. But it's a game, I don't know if it's going to be at the level of Skyrim of like just continual playability, but it's a 100-hour easy game for if you want to just waste time doing all those side quests and doing just all the little things that you possibly can do.
And I think you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you try to rush through the game towards the end. Like, you need to take it slow and experience the game and all the little interactions. One thing I noticed off the bat when I first started playing it is that I had just got done playing Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is a very quick game. You're going through the city at a fast pace. You're doing interactions really quickly. And Red Dead Redemption is kind of the opposite of that, where it's much more slow paced, but it lets you appreciate that world a little bit more, I think. So you can really take in all the little detail. And, there's animals that you interact with. You can go hunting at any time. It's got that classic Rockstar style to where it feels like a fully fleshed out world. I mean, they thought of everything.
No, I was the same way with like I said, the pace of the game, because like it feels like you're just like crawling compared to like what Spider-Man was, like, which is a good thing in some ways. It's just, I think I needed a game in between this to transition off of Spider-Man into this game, just because, like I said, it's a complete pace different story. Like it's.
Yeah. I totally agree. It almost felt like, and I don't want to say anything negative about the game, but like Scott, he had small little gripe. One thing, it almost felt a little clunky when I first started playing because I just wasn't used to the controls.
No, that's a Rockstar thing, though. I was just saying, that's Rockstar in every game that they've really put out. It's called the Rockstar clunk. It really is. There's like a stiffness or rigidity to every character that you play, and it happens with throughout all the Grand Theft Autos. It's even like Max Payne, right? Was the third one was great, but there was still this level of like, you feel like you're just kind of moving this like just stiff weight. Like, I don't know, you're just kind of like like in the character, like as much as they want it to be this awesome experience, there's this way that your character moves based on the controls that feels a little bit weird no matter what you do.
It's that, and it's like little weird things too. Like honestly, I said it's just one more aspect of the game, but I honestly, you have to eat, or you have to basically. Oh, it's too warm. Change your clothes because otherwise it's going to infect. It's going to infect this.
So I do have to say, this game has the utter worst inventory management system.
The wheel,
not even the wheel. Like, once you get further in the game, like you'll see what I mean. So when you do like hunting in the game and you have to get skins, you have to put them on the back of the horse, but you can only put one big item and like a set number of small items on it. it really it gets to the point where it's tedious because I don't want to be like, oh, I killed a bear. Oh, look, there's another thing that I want to take back with me. Oh, but I can't because I don't have room to store both of those items on my goddamn horse. So when you're going for like these completion things and they talk about like skins that you have to bring back and some of them are large, I don't have the goddamn time to drive or ride my horse 20 minutes across the fucking map to go get something, to drive it back, to drop it off, to then drive back to that same area to get a second one because you need two.
Yeah.
Like, let me carry more shit. Like,
it doesn't do a great job either of letting you know that you can upgrade your horse. Like, you can upgrade how much it can hold for you, but I don't know if you can upgrade how many furs it can hold. But it kind of just throws you into the world, and it's like, hey, by the way, you can craft things. And you can improve your weapons and you can improve your horse, but you don't really find out unless you go to the vendor and start seeing what's available in their menus. And you're like, oh, I can customize my weapons and do all this stuff.
And you have to go in and like hit the little like inspect on all those upgrades to see certain things. Like I didn't realize the different saddles made a difference because they have 20 different saddles, but they'd have no point where they tell you what they do until you go into pick them, where you can choose which color you want, and then you hit like show info, and it will tell you what their pros and cons are.
Yeah, I can see what they're trying to do. At no point
did you tell me any of this shit?
Yeah, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to like make it more of an RPG-ish style game, but I think simplicity sometimes is good in certain things. Like to be honest, I don't really care what saddle I put on my horse.
How about this? The thing that I looked at is today I was doing a bunch of cooking and I could make 5 of an item, but I have to cook them one at a time.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I have a goddamn grill. Let me cook. If I want to say cook all 5 right now, just let me cook all 5. Like at what point do I have to go one at a time? Like that's it's realism. No, it's fucking not. Cause I see he has a little grill over the fire. Like, let me cook 5 of them. It will fit them. Like I see it.
Yeah, it's just little things like that. I know we've been kind of griping. The game is still really great, but it's these things that you just wish they would get right so you wouldn't get annoyed with the game at certain points. Like, God, this is taking too long. Like, this should be easier.
All I have to say is everything that I gripe about is something they could probably fix when it comes down to like, with patches or things like that. I always hate to bring it. I know Jeremy's probably sick of me saying this, but it's kind of the same thing that happened with The Witcher 3. Like if you played it at launch, their inventory system was utter garbage. Like everything had weight, and you would fill up with just random shit that you would find. You'd suddenly be like, you can't carry anymore because you're too heavy. It kind of the same thing. I see where they were going with this one, but I think they need to make some changes to the system as it is right now so that it is a more functioning thing for people that are casual players, right? This is for those. It's set up right now for those people that have that time to dedicate to only grabbing one of each item at a time that they can carry to bring back, but it needs to be updated.
Yeah.
Now, I can't wait to invest more time into this game because I think I know I'm going to be playing it for a while. I said it, which just kind of sucks because there's some other games right around the corner, including Fallout 76, which I think you had to spend a little time with the beta.
I did. So I've got a couple hours into the beta, which I do have to say was really hard to pull myself from Red Dead to go play, but I did get a chance to go through. And I have to say, I was a little weary about Fallout 76 just because they were kind of adding it really is playing the survival mode. I don't know if any of you guys played like the survival mode on 4 or the old when they added it into New Vegas.
Yeah, New Vegas.
So where you'd actually have like a water and food level that you had to kind of keep up. A lot of that's been brought into this as kind of the standard mode. So not only do you have your AP, you have your health, you actually have to watch food and water consumption. Because that will actually impact things as those go down. It was kind of cool. It's very different Jeremy, I know you played a lot of 4. I know we talked about it a bunch. It's very much kind of in that same Fallout vein of kind of that world where you can kind of go off and do your own adventure. But it's vastly different in that everything is done via holotape. Like almost everything is, you find a dead body, you listen to their tape, they talk about something, and then you get a mission to go kind of complete what they were doing or investigate what they're doing, stuff like that. The best way I can describe it though is, I hope this changes, but the game is vastly empty. It feels empty.
That is a little concerning.
It's not bad, but like, think about this. In Fallout, when you're playing, like, we'll use 4 as an example. You would go from place to place. There would be random encounters that you could have with raiders or different people running around. There was different settlements that you could go to for trading and to gain your missions and things like that. The only other like non-hostile characters that you run into are other players that are just spread across the map in this one. So you go to a town and there's nobody there except for, Screws Your Mom 23 that's running around that map at the same time. Like,
wait, is that your new PS4 name?
Oh my God, if I could, when I can change it, hell yeah. It's I think I just renamed myself. So I will say this. From what I gathered, it feels the mission structure and the way that missions are kind of gathered to you feels a lot like Destiny. In terms of like, things are just, hey, you pick up a random thing, go do this, go find this in this world, and go finish this out.
So do you feel like it's gonna be like where there's gonna be like a lot of like daily challenges and stuff too, kind of like Destiny, and like even the Division was kind of like that. Like, hey, this week's weekly challenge or daily challenge is this. Go do this. This is what perks you get from doing this activity.
No, it 100% was like so. When I got to level 5, I started getting added into all those daily challenges things. And the first one was go kill these 3 in this town. There's all these robotic Mr. Handies that are going crazy. There's these 3 like control units that we have to kill. And then I had to go reprogram like their operating system, right? To like take humans out of their targeting system. So I killed one of them, and then some other dude randomly showed up in the town because it's like hey, daily quest, like event going on, public thing. So I don't have an action figure handy, so just that'll have to do. And another guy just randomly showed up, took out the other 2, and then I ran to the base to like reprogram it. And we got like an airdrop that showed up, which was quite weird that it was an airdrop that showed up in the middle of the town for completing it. Because
that does sound like Destiny-like.
Who the hell dropped that thing into the town? Like, is there someone from space? Like Vault Tech is shooting it? Like, who did this? But it's the mission structure, I have to say, is very much reminds me of Destiny. But here's the thing. If you play this with friends and as a group, it would be a hell of a fun game. I can tell you that. Just from playing it as a group of people running around, discovering random shit, protecting each other, like, it would be great. Well, playing it by yourself might get to be a point where you feel like you're alone. And that was and there's that feeling of like there's nothing else out here for me.
That was one of my biggest fears for this game, to be honest, is it really going to be dependent heavily on multiplayer, or can I have that single player aspect when my friends are busy with their lives and we can't meet up? Because, the older we get, the harder it is, sometimes to find time to get together. You try to make time when you can, but you need to be able to play a game by yourself without all your friends around and still have a good time.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
As I say, you could do that, but that experience is going to be vastly different. And I don't know if it's actually going to be as enjoyable trying to run through everything on your own.
It's interesting.
So, but like I said, I mean, you could always rely on the kindness of strangers. I had one help me out during the beta. I had just left the vault. I got attacked by something that was clearly well above my level, and it was going to kill me. And a random guy just ran up behind the thing, shot it, killed it, gave me a thumbs up, and he just ran off. So, I mean, there is strangers that are out there to be kind of the good guy of the wasteland. So, good things about the game, though, I do have to say, is they've got rid of some of the drab colors that they used in some of the other ones. It's very pretty. Like, just walking around, you feel like you're in the Appalachian Mountains, as it, kind of letting it overrun. Like, it's a very beautiful, very open game. Like, Bethesda does that weird open world thing very well, and it portrays in this. It just kind of has it lacks kind of a soul. Is the best way I can put it.
I'm looking forward to definitely playing this game when it comes out, because I think that when this game finally does come out, like, if we squad up together, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Like I said, this game is going to be amazing for having a group of friends to go out, get together, and play. Just from what I've seen and played so far, it's geared towards coming in as a group of friends, or finding a group of people that are out there and, kind of partying up and going out from there.
Would you say that maybe a ghost gang would make a really good team?
Team Tiny Ghost?
Team Tiny Ghost for the win.
Team Tiny Ghost gang.
Woo woo.
Well, Scott, I am glad that you played it to kind of like learn a little bit more about what to expect. It's one of those games, when I first heard about it, I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. But as time has gone on, and the more I hear, the less excited I am. I think maybe it's going to take one of those times where we're all online playing it together to change my mind.
Do you all have it? Do you all have it in pre-order?
I do.
I do.
I know Jeremy does.
To Scott's earlier point, I don't know if I know I'm going to be playing Red Dead when it comes out. So I don't know if this is enough to take me away from that.
Well, I think this is what Scott was saying, though. I think this is one of those things where, like, hey, if we're all online at the same time, hey, you know what? Let's throw in Fallout 76. I think you can kind of take it and leave it, just because I said if it is those daily challenges, and if it plays better as a squad based game, like, it's one of those games where, you know what? Hey, we're all online. Hey, let's throw that in. Hey, there's only one of us on. None of the other guys online. Hey, I'm gonna go back to Red Dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll go play something geared towards one player. But yeah,
I think it's perfect, just because typically when I said this time of year rolls around, so there's always, like I said, this group of games together that, like I said, I have a hard time peeling myself away from one game to the next game. But I think this is kind of a perfect kind of change of pace, just because one is geared more towards single player campaign and one's geared more completely towards online.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that we're only like 5 weeks away from the game of the year, Super Smash Bros. Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
There, you can't call it game of the year when the original was released last year.
Original what?
Oh man, Scott's throwing shade.
No, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying it's not a new game. They've added new characters.
Game of the year. There's a story mode.
Yeah,
I think with that,
I do like that the guy who created Kirby is the one who's kind of in charge of Smash Brothers, and in his little story mode, kills everyone but Kirby as the story mode.
We're gonna have to give Larry his time to talk about Smash as we get closer.
No, don't get me wrong. I am super excited for Smash, and I love Smash. But this thing with the Switch that they've been doing with the Nintendo games is just taking all the Wii U games and remastering them for the Switch is getting a little old. Like, I like Mario Kart, right? And it's cool that they brought it over, but don't call it a new game. Mario 8 Deluxe, Super Smash Deluxe. Like, just give me a new version of the damn game.
Totally.
We'll see. I think
We'll
Smash will be like all the Smashes are pretty close, so we'll see. I'm still super stoked.
Yeah, like I'm excited. And I will be playing the living hell out of Smash. To be honest, like I have not been excited for a Switch release as much as I have for Smash.
Yeah.
No. So
Especially now that since I have it pre-ordered, we get that Piranha Plant.
Piranha Player.
Yes. Thank God for the Amazon pre-order.
Oh my god, everyone is so salty about that. By the way,
Really?
oh yeah, because everyone online wanted. I don't know what everyone's
Oh.
obsession with Waluigi is, but everyone wants him in Smash. And then a goddamn Piranha Plant
Yeah.
shows up as a character before he does. Like
Poor
Nintendo's
Waluigi.
doing Waluigi dirty, but yeah, it's fun to watch the people's hopes get just dashed.
You know, there's going to be more DLC. So maybe they're just, at this point, maybe they're just messing with people. And we'll still get Waluigi. I like Waluigi. He's one of my favorite characters.
We ran into him at Comic Con.
We did. We saw two Waluigis. I saw like a Mario Aces Waluigi, and then we saw a Justice for a Waluigi for Smash.
You know what I'm most excited for with Smash?
What are you excited for?
Being able to play with all 4 STS guys in one match.
One
You haven't-
live stream.
I don't think you've seen that before. Maybe once with Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart. That one time at Jeremy's house after episode 50.
Yeah, but that's what I'm excited for.
Ooh,
Grackling Goober.
yeah,
Welcome
Grackling
to the
Goober.
stream.
Welcome to the stream. He's asking, who do you guys want for Smash Brothers DLC?
Waluigi.
Of course, Larry brings up the one we've been talking about.
Birdo. How about a Birdo?
I mean, the roster is pretty sufficient. You
It's
know,
pretty deep.
I don't
Unless
know.
they start going to other games.
Yeah, I don't know what else I would want to see. I kind of just want to mess with who they've already introduced.
You know what? I'll bring this in here. I know that they're not Nintendo exclusive ones, but I would love to see Banjo and Kazooie as a playable character, or Spyro.
I'm gonna go real far left field. They already have Metal Gear Solid Snake. Why not Gray Fox? Huh?
Dude,
Eh?
you want the cyborg ninja? Just you have Snake. Bring in Raiden.
Yeah, there you go. That's a
Like-
better option.
Yeah,
Bring in
like
Raiden.
dude,
I want to see Rush from Mega Man.
Ooh,
That would be cool.
solid choices.
All about
Yeah.
more Mega Man stuff.
But then, like I said, it would be cool because if you put Mega Man in your team and Rush on your squad too, like I said, they literally tied together somehow.
That would be cool if you could do like a
like-
team attack with just
yeah,
them.
yeah. That would be awesome.
the question is like with like Rush though, like
Arf, arf.
Arf, like the dog, like in Mega Man, he just turns into things. Like I don't know what his attacks would be.
Dude, you have them turn into like stuff and
Yeah,
you
turn
attack
into
people
stuff.
with it.
Yeah,
Hoverboard, kick you in the face.
yeah, kick you in the face. You know what? Here's another good DLC character that we should get. We have Little Mac from Punch Out, right? Bring in some fucking Mike Tyson.
Ooh.
Let's bring in OG Mike Tyson, and just one hit kills everybody that you play.
If you're saying Mike Tyson, you might as well bring in the fat trainer too.
Yeah. Or what is it?
King Hippo.
King Hippo, right? Like
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Let's bring in a couple more Punch Out characters.
Yep. I'm making it chat official. We want King Hippo, please.
No, I still want Mike Tyson because I don't care what they call with the other ones here. That Punch Out is still Mike Tyson's Punch Out, by the way. In fact, I think my NES copy is still the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out NES copy. I want Mike Tyson.
That would be awesome. You think he's down for it, right? For
Oh,
for a reasonably priced licensing fee. Like come
He
on.
has his own little cartoon on Comedy Central. I think he can give his licensing for a Nintendo game.
Yeah,
He'll
I think
trade
so.
it for some pigeons.
You know,
Yeah.
you know the
it's
secret
just
character I want to see? I want to see Dingle from Zelda. You guys know
What?
The
Dingle?
little dude in the green onesie.
Yeah. I only want Dingle so I can beat up Dingle. Like, hey, dude, you should choose Dingle.
Aw, poor Dingle.
Well, let's just
I
go
always thought
Zelda.
that character was so
Why do we
annoying.
not have a Ganon character?
Yeah, Ganon kind of seems like a no-brainer. I think he's like an assist trophy or something, right?
Right, exactly. And that's why I think Waluigi is never going to be a thing because he's an assist. You know,
But Waluigi makes more sense than Ganon.
I don't think so. When you have, I mean, first off, you have Sheik, right? The skin of Princess Zelda, who you already have as a character. You might as well throw Ganon in there too.
Yeah,
totally.
Or you know what? Why don't we have Werewolf Link?
Oh, ooh, I like werewolves.
Maybe as we get closer, we should do a predictions in one of our future episodes.
I don't think they're going to be done. To be honest, like I think they're going to throw everything out, and they're going to be like, "This is it, and we're done." And here's all of Smash, and they're going to. I hate to say it, but I don't see them, from their kind of opinion, making this series any more ongoing.
Well, just crush my dreams, Scott. Thanks.
They said one thing I know about Nintendo is they like that money.
Yeah.
No, but Nintendo is also not smart when it comes to video game things. So like they could kill the Smash series and be like, we're gonna go with something different.
Well,
and just because Nintendo, they're the Apple of the video game world. Like they do weird shit that plays off a lot. But they do a lot of dumb shit that you're like, why would you do that?
I have a prediction right now. I bet literally one of the DLC drops will be if you're signed up for the Nintendo online service.
Yeah.
What a better way to push the online service.
You can't even play Smash without the online service though, really, right? Like you're not playing against the computer all day.
Yeah,
is anybody really doing that?
Let's play some comms. Yeah.
Come on, kids. Talk your mom into spending that $12 or whatever.
You won't get a real challenge unless you fight Larry 1-on-1.
Yeah. So we're gonna throw. You know what? Let's throw down the gauntlet right now.
Oh yeah.
We're all not good, so this will.
I don't know all. I think Larry could probably kick our butts.
Oh, probably. But let's throw down the gauntlet. When that time comes, we will all throw our little friend IDs on our channel so you can join us and you can play us on Smash Brothers. Kind of a beat the STS guys, and maybe we might throw some prizes or something into it. That actually might be a good challenge to do.
I still want to do like the 8-hour Smash Bros stream or 12-hour, whatever max we can do.
Hey, if you beat us, maybe we'll send you a sticker or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out later on, but. Like, I want to throw up a Beat the STS Guys challenge for Smash Brothers.
You know, I did buy this Jason Voorhees pop to give away around Halloween, and now Halloween's passed, so maybe if you beat us at Smash Bros, you can have this Jason pop.
Larry, no, you're giving that to me.
You want it? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I thought
Scott just claims it.
I thought Matthew's Nerdy Nation wanted it, but I guess you called dibs first.
Yeah, no, I'm calling dibs. Anything Friday the 13th, you better send my way first.
Oh.
I'll take the GameCube. Scott will take a GameCube.
And I'll take that last GameCube.
I'm not saying I'm not going to pay for it. I will pay you for it. However,
you can have it.
No, I think you should message Larry a whole bunch of times until he caves in and gives it to
you. Shut up. So, Scott, I haven't told you yet, but I was going to bring you my extra box of Cuphead cereal too.
Oh shit!
Snap.
Since I'm in a giving mood, I have 2. The other one is sealed. So you will officially have more cereal boxes than me.
Wow.
STS Guys leader in cereal, the fat guy, Scott.
Well, if you guys missed our coverage today, make sure you go check out our Instagram at STS Guys. Larry and Jeremy posted a lot of stuff in the story. They posted a lot of photos in our gram, so go check it out.
Keep checking out our channel because I'm assuming those guys filmed some kind of footage of them running around Tucson. So a little bit. So we should have a
there'll be a quick walkthrough video
of us walking through the convention. So check that out.
Yeah, if you guys haven't subbed us up, please sub us up. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our new content. If you haven't checked it out, check out my unboxing video I posted up today of the Mezco Toys exclusive Iron Man. Open up the figure, looked at it, sneak preview. It's this guy right here.
It's pretty rad.
He's pretty sweet. So go check that out. Like I said, sub us up so you don't miss our future videos. And if you like this live stream, give us a big fat thumbs up.
Maybe we'll even do some gaming streams this week. Who knows?
Yeah, with all the games and stuff. Maybe one of these nights we'll have to throw up a beta test of Fallout. See what you guys think of it. Kind of get your opinions of it as well.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Scott.
Yeah.
All right. So for episode 59 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's been Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.